Hello everyone, welcome, glad to see you here. So today we will be talking about the various suggestions that we've received throughout this game's, since it was started, right? We've had a digital survey not long after the game launched, where we asked people what DLC characters they wanted to see. As well as in our two events, so one which was the SakuraCon, a anime convention in Seattle, and Combo Breaker, a major fighting game tournament, which was located in Chicago. So in those two physical events, we had a little booth where we had a suggestion box. So it is with me over here, so we have the SakuraCon suggestion box right here, and the Combo Breaker 1. The SakuraCon box actually looked different from this, but it got a bit destroyed in transport. But worry not, the suggestions themselves, they have survived. So, we'll be going through them together. Joining me, helping me out, I have Bad the Soul Guy, I have Tumbleweed, and Please World. They're going to be doing a little bit of stuff in the background. Basically, whenever I bring up the different robot names, they're going to be adding them to a little sheet. So we'll be able to look at them together and, just see who's more popular and tell everyone what we think about each robot. That said, please be nice, right? Whoever wrote these, it's usually with a certain passion. People care a lot about these robots. You care a lot about these robots. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today. So please, be nice. Of course, there's might be a few meme pics. There's going to be a few wacky suggestions. That's all good. We can have a laugh at some of them. A lot of these are... yeah, and the sticker here is not cooperating, so I don't know how much it'll last. Alright, so first things first, we will start with the, let's see here, the survey. So these are the results of the English survey right here. In this survey, we asked people to give 3 suggestions, one of which was a bit more important than the other one. So the one on the left will always be the person's favorite, which we will note, right? Over here we have English favorites, English survey votes. So of course it's just to see, give that a little bit of meaning, but it's more important to see how many times each robot came up. So this first one was done by a dear friend of mine. 2B does show up. I don't think it's a bad choice, personally. I do kind of like it, also because it is, how to say, 2B is, you can put her in that robot suit she gets, right? Yeah. So, let's get it started. First of all, this person's favorite was Kanti. From FLCL, from Furikuri. So let's put Kanti in there. You can see my staff is gonna be adding them on this screen to the left as we go through him. So that's 1 vote, not only for Kanti but also as a favorite. Then we got the Big O, which is very popular in America. I've noticed people love the Big O, from Big O, and 2B from Nier Automata. Next up, we have Gunbuster as this person's favorite. Gunbuster, I think everyone who loves the mecha, this is a classic one. Also one of these characters where the pilot is a woman, so I think just having more female pilots, I think a lot of people would be very happy about that. Yeah, Big O as a boxer character definitely makes sense, right? It's got those giant arms, powered arms too, with the sudden impact. Next up, we got our first Gundam with God Gundam, also known as Burning Gundam in the official English localization. The upgraded G Gundam main character mecha. But we'll see a lot of Gundams throughout this. We got Gao Gaigar. So an important thing to know about the Iron Saga user survey compared to what we'll see in the event ones. This was sent to people who were participating in the Iron Saga versus community. So a lot of the people answering here, they're diehard mecha fans. So we'll see a lot of the like, this is the mecha that mecha people like, and we can kind of compare it to people who would go at the booths. They're more into, well, of course there's big mecha fans that would come as well, but some of them will be more into a wider variety of interests. Alright, next up, we have Ikaruga from Knights and Magic as this person's favorite pick. Lancelot Albion from Code Geass, which I assume is an upgrade of Lancelot. I'll reveal that I'm half of a fake anime fan here. I haven't watched Code Geass. You may laugh at me in the comments. And then we have Dan of Thursday from Gun X Sword, or Gun Sword, depending on how you want to pronounce that. That mysterious Japanese X. Next person did not make a suggestion. One more, we got one person telling me you're not missing anything about Code Geass. The other one, you should definitely watch Code Geass. Again, people are passionate about different mecha. I think it's good to be positive about all of it. If I can find the time, I definitely wish to watch every single thing we're gonna see here, or play it. Sometimes they're from games. So we have another Gunbuster as this person's favorite. So Gunbuster, I guess in the favorite lead with 2, we got Daijujin, which a lot of people will know from its American name Megazord. It is from Power Rangers or Z-Ranger, for people who know that. For me, it was definitely a big part of my childhood. One of the shows for kids that was played when I was just a little guy. And then we got Metal Beast Getter G, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is the evil version of Getter Robo G in Armageddon? Question mark? Yeah. Up next, we have Ultra Robo Grand God Kaiser from Grand Blue Fantasy. Grand Blue Fantasy already has a fighting game, but it's not about giant robots. So they're probably not going to use their giant robot. It would definitely have its place here, and fighting game crossovers have been a big thing recently. So that'd be one that'd be nice to see too. And then Burning Gundam from G Gundam. So as we said, God Gundam, Burning Gundam. Corrosion Metal, I don't know about the future. I'm pretty sure the team will do other surveys in the future. This survey was done shortly after the release of the game, so we'd have to do another survey to ask like what people want to see. But for sure, like, do mention it in the comments. The survey is over. This survey was done only in the, I think, first 2 weeks of the game's release, something like that. But please comment on the video, the live stream, when it's done about it. I think people would be glad to see your suggestions there as well. Up next, we have whatever from Japanese live-action tokusatsu. My personal favorites are Dairen O, Gekitoja, Zenkaiju O, Don Oni Taijin. Other parenthesis, if Toei stuff are absolutely impossible due to licensing something, I'm content with whatever mecha have debuted in Iron Saga. Well, it's glad to see this person is content. I think I would just write like Daireno, you know, like that's the first guy he put there. So put it in Daireno, which is probably from Dyrano? I don't know. Alright, and then even more. It's 3 guys, not 3 per suggestion. So, Combattler V Voltus 5 and Deimos. Just put Combattler V here. And then Gridman, specifically Dyna Xenon. I guess that means Dyna Xenon from the show Dyna Xenon, which is the sequel to Gridman. Alright, a little confused about the assignment, but, you know, this person's heart is in the right place. Now here's a head scratcher. Gunman. Gunman. From Gunman. Okay, and Lost Planet Mech, which I guess would be the one in the same one they use in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, right? So I guess if you guys can look up the name of that one and put that in our thing. Yeah, which gunman? Your guess is as good as mine, my friend. It's yeah, PTX, right? PTX, thank you. So PTX from Lost Planet, who has been in a fighting game before as a giant robot, which was a specific mechanic in that game. Alright, another empty response here, and then we got, surprising it took this long to see it, but here it is, Gurren Lagann, which we'll see a lot more of, spoilers, in the near future. In this and the other surveys. And then we got Dan of Thursday again from Gun Xord. And also Bravern, maybe one of the more recent shows here, which was in all definitions of this term, a love letter to giant robots. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. What a romantic anime. The robot was very cool. Very friendly. Yeah, no, Bravern was a good time. If you like super robots, I recommend it. Gao Gaigar as this person's first. And then Shin Getter Dragon. Now, for those of you who've just, you know, you don't know Mecha as much, you just got this game, you just got the Shin Getter DLC. It can get a little confusing because there is Getter Dragon, there is Shin Dragon, and there is Shin Getter Dragon. Now, Shin Getter Dragon was in, I believe, Getter Robo Daikessen for the first time, and then it was reused in some other games. It's basically like a superpowered Shin Getter version that just like transforms some body parts. You know, I think that person would be happy whether it was the Armageddon version. No, it's not Shin Dragon. It's Shin Getter Dragon. Otherwise, they would have written Shin Dragon, right? And Shin Dragon is also already in the game as animations for Shin Getter. And then, once again, God Gundam. Very requested Gundam so far. Next up, we have Gravion from the Gravion series as this person's favorite. We got Demon Bane. Which is from, I think, a visual novel. But it had an anime too. It's definitely one people love to talk about when talking about, oh, who's the most powerful mecha ever, and then Demon Bane can cross dimensions, something like that. I'll confess I haven't interacted with this one very much. In New Iran, we have a New Iran fan in the chat. That's another, I will say, I don't really know what that one is. What is it from? Expelled from Paradise. Oh, it's the funny ball one, isn't it? The one that can turn into a ball? That's pretty neat. I respect robots that can become a ball. Up next we have Cybertron, which is the English localized name of Tobikage. Not to be confused with the planet of the Transformers. Tobikage is a ninja giant robot. It showed up in like 1.5, Robot Wars game. 40 mentioned. 40 can also turn into a ball. We got Steel Jig, the English name of Kotitsu Jig. I will assume this person means the OG and not the Kotitshin Jig version, but I guess they're somewhat interchangeable. Same for Gaiking. There was both the OG Gaiking and the new Gaiking. I feel like if people wanted the new Gaiking, they would say Gaiking the Great, though. Because if you mention the new Gaiking, you gotta mention Gaiking the Great. It's the Ultra Combined version. How exciting. Gotta get that combination. We have Gridman from Gridman as this person's favorite. Gurren Lagann again. And then Onikiri. Now this is our first Iron Saga original. Onikiri is a robot with a very large arm. A thing we respect. People do love a large-armed robot. God Gundam, not, is it? It's the first favorite for God Gundam, isn't it? But it's another vote. Already, by far, the most popular Gundam, at least in this survey. People, I guess it's a natural fit. People want to see God Gundam fight. It is a martial artist. It just makes sense in a fighting game, right? And we got Gao Gaigar with the full technical designation, and Gurren Lagann, the mecha, of course, not the TV show. Up next, we got Surbine. Surbine from the Dunbine series, or a Battler Dunbine. I believe this one's from like an OVA or a side story, something like that. It's very popular as a model kit. In Japan, they have tons and tons of kits of this one. It's a white beetle, like rhinoceros beetle-looking thing, but with a cool sword. New Aura Battler, thank you. So yeah, Surbine. We got Ray Earth from Magic Knight Ray Earth, which is initially... And I'm just saying this from what I know about the show. I haven't watched it, but it's kind of initially starts as a, isekai, 3 girls transported to a world, and they become knights. But then giant robots happen, which is good. I think giant robots should happen more often. I can't confirm anything for future DLC, but I will say, like, very few things are completely impossible. It really depends on making, like, it depends on how the talks go, and the future can change a lot. But beyond that, I can't say anything. And then Big O again. We do love a Big O. Up next. And I'll start going a little bit faster because we have a lot of robots to go through. So up next we have Gurren Lagann in first, so as this person's favorite, Gao Gaigar, and our first EVA Unit 01. People want to see it go berserk and eat other things. God Gundam again as a favorite, Vilkis. Now this one you need to help me out because I don't know which one this is either. And we got God Gravion, which I believe is just an upgrade of Gravion, so you can kind of stack him together, for the strength in numbers. Vilkis is from Cross Ange, thank you very much. And then we have, is this our first other Gundam? Gundam Gusion Rebake, which would be different from Rebake Full City, I guess. From Gundam IBO, Iron Blooded Orphans. Dan of Thursday comes back from Gun X Sword. And then Grendizer, a very popular pick in a lot of non-American countries. So Europe and the Middle East especially. The big brother, well, it's both I guess it's physically a lot larger than Mazinger, but it came afterwards. It is from the space. Gurren Lagann, Eva Unit 1, and then I think this one's kind of cheating. This is just upgraded Gurren Lagann. I understand the passion for the series, but I don't think we can count this one. This is just Gurren Lagann again. But for sure, Gurren Lagann and Eva. That's some passionate choices. And then we got another very Gainax pick. Gurren Lagann, Buster Machine 7, and 19. These last two both from Die Buster, the sequel to Gunbuster, Aim for the Top. Up next, we have the original Gundam RX-78-2, also known as Grandpa Gundam in the English-speaking communities. We got another Gundam, Gundam Ariel from the more recent Witch from Mercury, and then Zeta Gundam, which is a very Japanese pick to me. Zeta Gundam is typically very popular, both the show and the unit in Japan. It is a classic. Any mech of the Gao Gaigar family, be base, Gao Faigar, or Genesic, just lump it in with Gao Gaigar, of course, is this person's favorite. Gurren Lagann and Grandizer. So more Grandizer coming up. We got Dyna Zenon as a favorite. And then here's a new one, Don Oni Taijin. Now, I did have a quick look at this list before doing the stream, and this is from a tokusatsu show, like a Power Rangers kind of thing, but one that I don't know very much, unfortunately, so I have a vague idea of what it is, but not so much. And then we have Bravern, once again. Okay. Oh wow, the list is it is growing in it. It's gonna be a bit tougher to follow who's gaining numbers. I might need to be at medium speed just to make sure that my assistants are able to keep up with the numbers. Up next we have Gunbuster as a favorite. And then Gao Gaigar and the Big O. Up next, Gurren Lagann. So already we can see a lot of Gurren Lagann picks. If we go see over here, where is it at? I've lost Gurren Lagann. Don't know where it is on the list. Oh, there it is. Gurren Lagann with now 7 votes. It's possible it's at the most. We'll look at, reorder it to see who has the most votes at the end of it. Up next, Gundam Ariel from Witch from Mercury. And then Tekkaman Blade, which I think is the first, the first time we get to see Tekkaman Blade, right? Again, another Gurren Lagann favorite. And then Dyna Zenon, a little bit of a typo here, but we know what they mean. And Gridman or Grid Knight. I'm going to have to count that one as Gridman. Yeah, Tengen Toppa, it does sound like it would just be an animation for the Super, right? Because otherwise, it feels weird to have it as the same size as all the other ones. Next up, we have Shining Gundam. Shining Gundam is the not upgraded form of God Gundam. Whether we make it... Do we make it the same or a separate one? What do you think, chat? Is it a different robot? Would they just be like two arsenals? One of them is God, one of them is Shining. That would mean they'd share a lot of moves, kind of like the Saga, you know. The same, separate. Chat cannot make its mind up. Could be an install. I don't know about an install. I feel like the Arsenal system is kind of built. It's definitely two different robots. It is true. It's kind of a complicated thing. I'll let my my staff decide. Maybe it's simpler. I think it's also, you know, like it gives God Gundam more power to just lump them together. So we could, I'll do it myself here. I'll also add Shining Gundam. So y'all can lump it in with it. Oh wait, you put it in already. Okay, never mind. They decided it's separate. It is separate. They have spoken. Dangayo, which was in our mobile game. And then I believe this is the first appearance of Voltron, an American classic, which is known as Go Lion in Japan, where it's not as well known. Voltron does bring the question of, do they mean the old or the new series? And what I've discovered by talking to people is it's pretty divided. A lot of people mean one, a lot of people mean the other. Up next, we got another Grandizer as a favorite. Then Jeeg, so Kotit's Jeeg. And another Getter Robo, this time Getter Robo Arc, which had a recent anime. It has a face, I guess a mouth, unlike the other Getter Robos. What a scary guy. How many Getter Robos do we want? All of them? Up next, Zulong, which has a space. Little correction here. Virgil and Bahamut, which are all from Iron Saga. These are Iron Saga original mechs from our mobile game. So this person has played our mobile game and has quite a few favorite units. Cybuster from Super Robot Wars series. Wait, did I skip Aquarion? Yeah, Aquarion is in the next one. But first we gotta do Cybuster from Super Robot Wars as a favorite too. It's definitely been one of the ones that showed up the most in more recent games. It was a DLC. The screen disappeared very fast. There a visual issue? Is there a visual issue with the screen? And then we got Gao Gaigar. Weird. Well, sorry about that. We got Gao Gaigar, a small one. Good to know, thank you. And Gunbuster, that's true. Cybuster was in Super Robot Wars 2 on the NES, on the Famicom. Now we got the Gurren Lagann favorite pick alongside an Aquarion, which is, I believe, the first request for it, and which was in the mobile game for Iron Saga as well, our mobile game, which is still active. Gurren Lagann again, and then the original Gundam RX-78. And here's a new one, Aphrodite Ace. Another Mazinger Z robot. This is also known as Mazinger Z's girlfriend. I guess that would add more female pilots. Yeah, Mugen Punch is a classic from Aquarion. It does have also that Get a Robo mechanic. The one thing they did with it that was kind of neat was that they had more than 3 pilots, and each pilot had their like magic power or whatever that they would add to the robot. Well, that's, you know, that's kind of neat. Now we got Megas from Megas XLR. During events, I would refer to this one as the American pick. People really love that robot in the U.S. I think it's been a lot of people's childhood cartoon, you know, and it's got that kind of fun energy to it. And it's this person's only pick, too. Afterwards, we got Gaiking, which we already had a few. There was no Raideen yet. Don't worry, Levy. There will be other mechas. Kotetsu Jig. Everyone who wrote in Jig wrote it differently. And then another new appearance, Dai Apollon, which I think this one is a very old classic. Another I'm not super familiar with, but I've definitely seen the name. Yeah, UFO Warrior Dai Apollon. We got Scope Dog from Votoms. The sheet is not updating on stream. What the hell? That's weird. Uh-huh. Well, that's problematic. So the large screen is fine, but the small screen is having a little bit of an issue. Well, it ain't that kind of event without a technical problem, isn't it? There we go. Sorry about that. Thank you for the, yeah, helping me out with this. I thought the setup was a little bit more ironclad, but it shows what I know, eh? Alright, up next we got... Oh, if I do that... I see part of the issue. Okay. Yeah. Wait, no. I broke it again. Okay. Very strange things are happening. Okay. I know what I need to do and not do. Okay. I've figured it out. The technical issues. Thank you for bearing with me. Alright, so, where were we? Scope Dog from Votoms, Gao Gaigar, in Deimos. I think my staff has gone a little faster here, seeing the Arbalest already. We got... Let me actually... Oh, that's weird. Okay, this might be better. Just give me 1 second here. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Where were we? So we got Gao Gaigar, Garen Lagan, and Arbalest. Combattler V as a favorite. The screens are merging. Yeah. Oh. I see the... Yeah, okay, I see the issue. I see the issue. My bad. My bad, my friends. Please forgive this old man. It's the first time I ever saw a computer. There we go. There we go. How's this look now? Any idea when they're giving a Susano a second arsenal? It's weird that he only has one. You know, I'll make sure to pass that message to the rest of the team. Dragon Caesar is Dragon Zord's Japanese name, yeah. Alright, gotta keep up with this sheet now. So we did Combattler V, G, Getter Robo G. I see you've added Gundam Barbados from Iron Blooded Orphans. This is our first time we'll see it, but to my memory there's been a lot of people who wanted to see as well. Both Dino Megazord and Dragon Zord from Power Rangers, so Dragon Zord also known as Dragon Caesar. Dino Megazord I would assume is just the Megazord's like full name, full legal name of the robot. Also known as Daijujin. Then we have Gurren Lagann again as a favorite. Gundam Barbados comes up a second time already, and Sazabi from Char's Counterattack. Then we have Daitarn 3, which is spelled with the letter, the numeral 3, and not the Roman one. Someone made a little mistake there. And then we have Tekkaman. So do we count this one as the old Tekkaman, or did this person mean Blade, you think? We already had Tekkaman Blade up there somewhere. So it's only a new one if... Did we? Yeah, we did over here. How many Voltus 5 responses? None so far. One person asked for 3 of that series, but we only counted 1. The Watermelon Mecha. We had a Watermelon Mecha in the mobile game, in Iron Saga. Kotetsu Jig, which I think you have counted. You're up to Mazen Kaiser SKL as someone's favorite. Different from the regular Mazen Kaiser. It's got a little devil face on its chest. And a big sword. A different big sword, I guess. They both have big swords. Escaflowne. That one's also a classic from more when I was a teen than when I was a little kid. But yeah, people really love that series. And then Asura, which is from our mobile game. It also has a figure that a lot of people have been interested by. Yeah. Then we have the full name of the Kenbu, Robo Take One, Take One V. That's from Korea, isn't it? Kenbu from Amaim in the Battlefield, aka Kyokai Senki. Yeah, that was somewhat recent. Kind of like Gundam-esque anime, but it had those little mascots in it. We got Zaku 2 from the original Gundam, and Crossbone Gundam, which I guess they mean Crossbone Gundam X1. Neo Getter Robo, which is from Shin vs. Neo. Amaim in the Battlefield, it looks very good. That's at least what I can say about it, because it's one of the, yeah, Kyokai Senki. It's one of the last mecha anime to not be CG. So the mechas are drawn, which is kind of like something that I definitely do appreciate. I understand why people do CG, but, you know. Next up, we have Neo Getter Robo from Shin vs. Neo. We have the Aestivalis from Martian successor Nadisco. And we have a return of the God Gundam. Aestivalis, I guess we can just put that name and use different colors for the different characters. They function pretty much all the same. Help me out with this one. Takeno Yasukunazuchi. Not familiar with this one. I didn't add Take 1-5 and Gao Gaigar. Oh, this is an old survey. We're going through the surveys. I said the name. Yeah, because I responded to your message. I'm happy to, but we're doing this survey, and then we're going to do the event suggestions. We also got Diebuster, which is the final form of the main character in the Gunbuster sequel. And we got another full name of the Muramasa, which is from a visual novel. It's a very scary samurai mecha. Speaking of visual novels, Demon Bane comes back. And Mazinger Zero makes its first appearance. So Mazinger Zero was in our mobile game. It is an upgraded Mazinger Z with a giant zero on its back and a very scary face. It's got kind of like the grill opens up to become like teeth. Then we got Lion Barrel from Lion Barrels of Iron. Well, first appearance here. Gurren Lagann once again comes back as a favorite. God Gundam and Mazen Kaiser SKL. Sazabi for a second time as a favorite too. Eva Unit 2. In Gundam Exia from 00. This is the first time it shows up. We got quite a variety of Gundam characters here. We got the Icy XC as a favorite, which I know was in our mobile games. This person, I think Armored Goal Xeno as well, and Aquarion. Those are all picks that have shown up. Any chance this game will be coming to Mac OS soon? Yes, actually, it is in development. I can't give you a timeline or anything, but it is something that's happening in the near future. We got another Gurren Lagann, another Grendizer, and another Gao Gaigar. Some very classic picks here. Now we got Nadisco's Estivalis or Prince of Darkness Black Selena, piloted by Akito. You know, just put one more for Estivalis. You already rode that one. Let's keep it simple. This was a favorite too. We got Gunbuster in capital letters. And Evangelion 1.0. That's Eva Unit 1. That's what it is. That's what I'm reading it as. Next up we got another Voltron. Voltron favorite too. That will be its first favorite. And the Big O. And I see you added it. IB Cell 240. Which is from Armored Core. That's the boss, isn't it? The kind of, you know, like it has those bits around it, shoots a lot of red lasers. I could be wrong, because quite a few of them have the IBIS designation. And not very easy to remember names. So another pick for Gurren Lagann, of course, Escaflowne. And Zabungul. So that's the first appearance of Zabungle. Yeah, what a classic. I'm almost surprised it's Zabungle and not Walker Galliar, since Walker Galliar is the final mech of the main character in that, and it wasn't a fighting game. It was in Super Robot Spirits. We got Eva01 coming back, this time as a favorite. We got Barbados Lupus Rex, which I think this one will lump it in with Barbados. It's an upgraded version. I think this is where the Arsenal system would really shine, right? That's the one that guards the vascular plant. Okay, yeah, that's the one that's not like piloted by one of the named characters. Got it. Thank you. Zabungle is pretty iconic, but Walker Galliar has that ICBM throw, which is kind of a, I don't know. I like how much of that is like a power move. Megas XLR, there we go. You know, there's more, as some of you have wished for. Gal Gaigar favorite, Gurren Lagann, and Dan of Thursday. Steel Blake, I saw a lot of people ask for Elgaim in Japan. Now, I don't have the Evo Japan suggestion list. We had the cosplayers kind of do a bunch of them at the event, but I don't have it with me. Yeah, would go. That's pretty tragic. Someone else earlier said that Megas got shafted and they were pretty sad about it. We got Shin Getter Dragon, which someone already suggested, Getter Arc, and Getter Tarak. So another new Getter this time. I don't remember which one that is. Is that the one piloted by the dinosaur people? I'm sad there's no Transformers here at all. That's a crime. Maybe people were focusing on piloted mechs. Don't worry, Transformers will show up sooner or later. Black Shin Getter. Oh, okay, thank you. Ikaruga, Knights and Magic. Aragons, Mob Something, Shovel Black Mech. Listen, if the person who wrote it, Mob Something... I don't know what that is. The world of otome games is tough for mobs. Well, I hope the design is cool. Hukabine 30th from Super Robot Wars 30. Big O from the Big O. White Glint from, it's Armored Core. Is it 4 or 5? Maybe both? That's definitely one of the ones that come up when people think about Armored Core. And then we got Ideon from Space Runaway Ideon. 4 and 4 answer, thank you. Gundam Caliburn. What I was telling people at the events was that sometimes if you go with a less obvious pick, you're kind of diluting your vote. Like, people will usually say Ariel for Witch from Mercury. So picking Caliburn, I get it, but you know, you're kind of splitting it. Gunbuster. Responder updated this value. Maybe they corrected a little typo. And then Metabee from Metabots. Is there ever a giant version of it? They're like people-sized. They're gonna get stepped on. I guess so is Tekkaman Blade. If we put in Tekkaman Blade, we have no excuse. Burning Gundam! Exclamation mark. That's God Gundam. Metabee would be so sick. I don't care. Yeah, fair. Wing Zero, our first Gundam Wing representative. That's also one with a second one immediately. That's also one where people have trouble making up their mind which one they would want to see the most. Death Scythe, Gundam Death Scythe. And then we got the G Savior. A more niche Gundam pick. Speaking of the GOG, the big ol' GOG, and the G Self from that's Reconquista in G, isn't it? It was a scary one. G Savior, good lord. Now, what did I say at the start? Be respectful towards what people are passionate about. Some people really like certain robots, it's just the way things are. They might not necessarily be the most popular of stuff, but people like him. Genetic Gao Gaigar. Y'all can put it in with Gao Gaigar. I think that's an upgrade, right? I respect it, I'm just surprised. No, I get it fully, but expect a lot of open picks. Yeah, Nardio, that's what I wanted to happen, because after doing these, I wanted to show people that, you know, like, their suggestions mattered at least in some way, and to share them with the community and parts of the community that they don't necessarily interact with, you know? We got Daigengar from Super Robot Wars. That's definitely one of the ones that comes to mind, along with Cybuster, for Super Robot Wars, right? And then Lancelot Albion, which is another one that was mentioned earlier. Then we have Gurren Lagann and Big O, some of our classic picks already, and then Justice Magena. What's a Justice Magena? Is that like a version of Justice Gundam? Yeah, there's not a lot of Iron Saga mechs. I think, from what I've seen, a lot of people wanted to put... It is an Iron Saga mech, thank you. There are a ton of Iron Saga, and, you know, like, full disclosure, I only joined in the fighting game time, so there's a lot of the mobile suits I'm not familiar with. Justice Magena. Then we got Demon Bane, Elder God Demon Bane, Vortex Destroy Demon Bane. This is cheating. This is just one vote for Demon Bane. And another person also said Demon Bane, Mazinger Zero, and New Aron? We had the new Aron earlier, right? That's the ball one. No, absolutely. I get it. But I'm not gonna triple the vote, you know. Then we got Gao Gaigar, God Gundam, and Gurren Lagann, which kind of feels like a summary of the more popular picks. Parascalar choice. I mean, it does, but if, you know, like, Gurren Lagann's also a very strong pick, and that's also one where it's like, oh, it keeps getting bigger and destroying the universe and whatnot. A cosplay meetup. That one might be a little harder. We did have hired cosplayers at EVO Japan. I'll tell the team to show off more of the Chinese events because they also have a lot of hired cosplayers there. And I don't think they showed it off much, but there was a Slowkai cosplayer as well. But full robot cosplay, that one's a little harder. Where were we? We did this one. Gurren Lagann, Wing Gundam Zero, Endless Walls version. Just lump it in with Wing Zero, right? And then RX-78-2. Gundam, OG Gundam. Gurren Lagann Tsubasa, I'm assuming they mean the winged version. We're lumping it in. We're not making a separate entry for that. And then the Rasengan, which is the one piloted by, it's the Lord Genome suit, isn't it? The evil version of Gurren Lagann. The final boss of the first half. It's kind of similar in how it plays, but it is a different mech, so, you know, we'll put it in. And then another one for Tekkaman Blade. Gravion comes back. And then we have our first Pat Labor. Pat Labor was also featured in our mobile game. Those little police robots. Yeah, Rasengan is a good design, so I understand why people would want to put it in. But Pat Labor also goes hard, and G in their initial. It's true. It goes hard, Pat Labor, and it also has that main character, that female main character I think would be a good addition to the cast. Gunbuster as well, of course. Gunbuster comes back here. Escaflowne. Gao Gaigar, and then Ingram again. Feels like a lot of these were like, hey, let's respond to this survey together. Both of them like Ingram. Maybe this is just a coincidence, though. Gurren Lagann. And then we got another Full Metal Panic unit, the Levatine, which I don't think it's spelled like that, but what do I know? And then Mazen Kaiser SKL. Gurren Lagann again. And then I have no idea what this is. SP//DR. But I do have an idea what this is. Iron Pirate General Frankie from One Piece. Spider. Okay, it's... Oh, that's the Marvel one. Oh, yeah, I played a little bit of their shooter game. I saw the robot. I assume there's a giant version. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Try not to vote Gurren Lagann. Listen, people liked it. We got Gurren Lagann again. Nightfall from Armored Core 6. Now, what I liked about Nightfall is that it had the POW bunker weapon, and that weapon was very fun. And then we got Weltall from Xenogears. The original, the original Xeno that started. You want Leopoldin from the Japanese Spider-Man? Then we got Gao Gaigar. Arbalest comes back. So we both have Levatine and Arbalest. And then Gaimalef from Escaflowne. A different robot. Weltall is from Xenogears, yeah. I'll give it a little correction here. This is really making me want to try that new Armored Core game. Well, you know, that's always how it goes. You think about robots, you want to play more robots. Up next we got Aphrodite Ace. Grandizer and Lilith from Iron Saga. It's always fun to see more of those Iron Saga mobile picks. And we got another Gurren Lagann, not Super Tengen Toppa. Listen, this is just gonna be Gurren Lagann. Then Lancelot, I mean, you know. Put it in with the Lancelot Albion. And the Megas XLR. Lilith is kinda a baddie. Now I'm curious about this robot's design. Which Lancelot? I mean, it's got to be Code Geass, right? Oh, you think this might be? There was a Virgil earlier. Tekkaman Blade, Gao Gaigar, and Gridman. Zeta Gundam, Eva Unit 1, and Gurren Lagann. We're starting to see some of the, the more popular picks stacked together. Mazin Kaiser SKL, lots of exclamation. Gunbuster, lots of exclamation. Gao Gaigar. Thank you for dropping by, Nardio. Take care. There's 2 Lancelot from Iron Saga. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. But, I feel like if someone puts Lancelot, it's also very likely to be the one from Code Geass. Got Gunbuster, Gurren Lagann, and Gridman. And we got the appearance of Ryuko-O in Koryu-O. A robot that turned, it's 2 different forms of the same one. Grungust Type 0. So both of them from the Super Robot Wars series, Super Robot Wars original. And Char's Zaku 2 just put in, well, they put it in as a separate one. We already had a Zaku 2. One or the other is fine. RX-78 Gundam, OG comes back. Lancelot, Code Geass, at least this one put in the parenthesis, so there's no confusion here. And then the Arbalest from Full Metal Panic. Next up we got the Big O as a favorite. Gao Gaigar in Barbados. Whenever I say Gao Gaigar, I see a little heart pop up. Now there's a fun pick. Texas Mac from Getter Robo, the American cowboy robot that helps Getter Robo out sometimes. Gurren Lagann, and then try Burning Gundam, different from Burning Gundam. This is from one of the Build Fighter series. Texas Mac would go so hard. Braver, Dyna Zenon, and Gridman. Dunbine's first appearance, and yeah, I feel like Dunbine, Surbine, well, they're different suits. I could definitely see some reasoning in making them like different arsenals, since they're very similar in fighting, but they're still like different robots. Gundam, which, we'll take as RX-78, right? That's technically its name. And then Gunbuster, of course. Gurren Lagann. And then Gurren Mark II from Code Geass. Kind of funny they have a similar name and are on the same person's pick, but they're very different robots in appearance and function. And then OG Gundam comes back. We got Getter Robo Go from Getter Robo Go. More getters. We have so many getters. We already have 2 getters in the game. Another one's coming up soon, and yet people want more getter. Mazinger Zero. And Getter Arc, 2 different getters. This person desires the Go Nagai Max. Then someone asked for only Giant Robo. Respectable. This is Giant Robo's first request, too. Gurren Lagann again. Rasengan again. We got a Getter Fan and Gunbuster. Keeping in the Gynax team. Gurren Lagann, you would make so much money, man. Char Aznable, any of them. He's not a robot. I mean, I get what this person is saying, but he's a pilot. You know, your choice, Excel sheet engineer of, yeah, is it Sazabi or the Zaku? That's up to you guys. And then Valimar, just put in Char. No, we're not doing that. Valimar, what's Valimar from again? That name rings a bell, but the Zeong? Well, no one put Zeong yet, so I think they'll just add it. Trails of Cold Steel. Wait, that game has giant robots? I didn't even know that. I thought it was like a fantasy RPG kind of deal. Shows what I know. Evangelion Unit 1, Gunbuster. Yeah, me neither. That's, I wonder what size they are. People have been suggesting, like, normal size robots too, so could be either. It's a Magitech RPG, gotcha. And then we got the first SRX appearance, isn't it? Which originally was supposed to be the end all of Super Robots in the Super Robot series, the combination of a few main characters, robots. Big robot. Combattler V comes back. Yeah, SRX is a good design. It's got that funny, you know, like logo face that's kind of like iconic. Combattler V Gridman and Gurren Lagann. Then we got Big O, Gao Gaigar, and Classic Gundam again. See, now we're kind of stabilizing. We're already at 100 and I started a bit low, so that would be like 112 different robots have been suggested. And my friends, I gotta say, we have a lot more in this list. It's possible we might have to split this stream because we're not gonna be done today at this rate, which is fine. You know, we have the people, we have the technology. If we need to split it, it's just the way it's gonna be. Next up, got Daijengar. However you want to pronounce it, however you want to spell it. This person put in both. I appreciate it. We got SRX again in Dangayo. A little misspelling there, but that happens a lot. It's normal. Oh no, but I'm happy with it. This is not a complaint. It's just, you know, I didn't math the time it would be taking, and that's on me. But that's fine. I'm always happy to have people show off what they love. So we have Burning, aka God Gundam. And now the first official appearance of Voltus 5. As well as Gundam requests. So what goat you asked for Voltus 5 earlier? Here it is. Yeah, no, absolutely. People who like robots really like robots. I think that's a trend, especially in this survey. Like I said, this was a survey done to Iron Saga versus early adopters, so it was all people who breathe giant robots, right? Except the ones you see that don't have suggestions. That would usually be people who are there because fighting games, which is also understandable, of course. And Gurren Lagann, Barbados, and White Gallant. Crossbone Gundam X1 Kai, just put it with X1. God Gundam. And Zelgard. Which one's Zelgard? Super Robot Wars X. Well, thanks for writing it, because I don't remember which one that is. Maybe I'm not very familiar with the Robot Wars X original. Yeah, there's a lot of different Crossbone Gundam version. You could imagine, like, Full Cloth being a separate arsenal. Magic original. Oh, cool. God Gundam, Mazinger Zero, Gao Gaigar. Many robots are coming back. But not these. These two are new. Fire Dagwan from the Brave Command Dagwan. Not one I know very well. King Jader. This is Gao Gaigar's pal. And then Shin Getter Dragon. The ultimate getter. Now here's the first, Go Danar. That's quite a pick. That one actually has its own fighting game. There's an entire fighting game of Go Danar characters on PS2. So there it is. We got the Arbalest from Full Metal Panic again, and then SRX. This person, I honestly don't care as long as all characters are fun, because I'm not into mechs this much. See, this is the I'm here because of fighting game type person. Yeah, look it up. PS2 Go Danar fighting game. It's a thing. They made one. Is it good? Maybe. But it exists, and that's already... For us, starved for mecha fighting game people, you know? It's nice that it's here. Alright, Gurren Lagann, Gao Gaigar, Eva Unit 1. Very, you know, like solid classic picks. Gao Gaigar, Ace Tivalis, Black Serena. I think we've been lumping them together. Technically, there's an Ace Tivalis in the Black Serena, so makes sense. Then Scope Dog, Red Shoulder, we'll just put it with Scope Dog. That's basically the most obvious arsenal. We got Gurren Lagann 3 times, only counting it once, but yeah, that's, you know, again, we respect this spirit. Code Geass, yeah, I'd say, like, among mecha people, they tend to have more personal picks. But you'll see in the future, like, the picks from event people, you do see a bit more of that. Yeah, this is a Gurren Lagann fan right here. And we got Jormungand, Sleipnir, and Hrasvelga. Which are Iron Saga originals. Gao Gaigar, and then our first Elgaim, or Elgaim Mark II from Elgaim. And then Dan of Thursday. We got Arbalest, Ingram, and Gao Gai Go? Huh? Is this like a weird alternate one? Because I remember Gao Faigar. Just put it as Gao Gaigar. Daizengar. Gaiking the Great, which I think you guys put with Gaiking. It's from Gao Gaigar versus Better Man. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you for the, that's what I assumed, because this didn't seem like someone who would make a misspelling when they have the, you know, like the unit designation. But I wasn't familiar with that one. And then we also have a Dankuga, which, question mark. Dankuga is already in the game. One could assume, you know, like, our Dankuga is technically Final Dankuga. And maybe this person doesn't like the design with a bird on the back, but realistically, I don't know what it would change to just make a, a regular version. Yeah. So, you know, writing it down because it's funny, but that one's a little, you're already well served here. Hiei Master Belial as Iron Saga original characters. Then we got Gundam Ariel. This is our first Leo de Garon from Promare. Another Gainax classic. How much is a Zoid's license? I don't have the numbers. We got Gundam Exia from Double O and God Gundam. Gunbuster shows up, Dangayo comes back, and Daimos. Hiei Master, Belial, Gundam Ariel. This is the same person. Don't count it twice, guys. This is the same person. Meh. Alright. Other Iron Saga originals. Asura, Goraiga, and Machine Robo. Which Machine Robo, though? Bai Kung Fu? It's gotta be Bai Kung Fu, right? Or is there a mech called Machine Robo? But Asura and Goraiga are, they're the Obari designed mechs from Iron Saga. Yeah, probably meant Bai Kung Fu. Guys, if you can change Machine Robo Bai Kung Fu, please. Then we got, someone wants the weird getters, as the guys have done. We're only counting the first one, so Getter, Robo, High, any Getter, Robo. I guess we could count his first three that aren't, I don't know what Toei Getter means. I think it's the OG. We already have a Getter Robo. You can put him Dino and Go, I guess, because his other ones are non-answers. Machine Robo Kronos no. I can't read kanji, I'm sorry. Well, not a lot of them. Dai something. Burning Gundam, God Gundam. That man, a lot of people really love Getter. Mazen Kaiser SKL. Grand Lagan. Grand Lagan again. Shinkido. What's a Shinkido? Code Geass, thank you. In Lancelot Albion. This time we got a Code Geass fan. See, every time you see, you say, like, I'm surprised this didn't show up more. We still have a lot of entries to go through, so it usually ends up happening. New Gundam. Kind of surprising it took this long for this one, to be honest. People like Sazabi more. We had more. Dai Gyakushu. Thank you, Wastia. I'm gonna blow your mind, but that is pronounced Mazen Kaiser's skull. I guess my mind is somewhat blown. It's not that blown, you know, a little bit. A little bit. Where were we? Yeah, New Gundam, Sazabi, and RX-78. Ace Tavalis, Gunbuster, and AIS Vega from Phantasy Star Online 2. Sure, why not? Getter Robo G. You know, more Getter, why not? Great Mazen Kaiser, which was in our mobile game, and I believe it is piloted by Tetsuya, right? It's like the Mazen Kaiser Great Mazinger. It's from Mazinger Zero. And then the Scope Dog comes back. Valimar the Ashen Knight and Turfing S, both from different trails. Yeah, I guess those games have a lot of robots. And then Nightfall from Armored Core 6. Pile Bunker. Pile Bunker. And we got Tengen Toppa. Let's just count it as Gurren Lagann. Gangster. That's one of ours, isn't it? That's an Iron Saga robot. And Asura. People want 50% of the roster to just be variations of the Getter, lol. Yes. Yeah, people do like Getter Robo. If you look at some of our older videos, just the Getter ones have so many more views, right? FL22 Marshall, which is also an Iron Saga robot. Aquarion in Dangayo, which, you know, these robots, again, they were collab characters in the mobile game. Tengen Toppa Guren Lagan, and then Deer Stalker, which this is an Iron Saga original, and it has a figure as well, model kit. Altazen from Impact. I mean, people have asked for Altazen as well, don't worry. And then Gypsy Danger. We finally have an appearance from a live-action movie. we got Pacific Rim on the board. Altazen would be sick. Yeah, it's usually how these things go. Every robot you see, you're like, man, this would be sick. Man, this would be sick. YF21 from Macross Plus. This is our first Macross, isn't it? Like, period. And then the return of Gao Gaigar. And another pick from Armored Core 6. Steel Haze. Now the great thing with Steel Haze is the voice actor really good. One thing that's surprising about it, well, not surprising but difficult, is like, do you use the Japanese or the English one? They were both extremely good. Walker Gallia, there he is. This person wants to see the ICBM toss, and there you go, right when you asked. Al Tyson from Super Robot Wars. And then Scope Dog from Votoms. People do love Votoms. Big O. The Big O. The one and only. Double O Gundam, not to be confused with Exia. There is a Gundam in the show Double O Gundam called Double O Gundam. There's even just an O Gundam, if I remember correctly. And then Gundam Wing, you have freedom to lump it in with Wing Zero. That's, you know, close enough. They are different suits, but, you know, for the sake of legibility. Diapollon! Now there's one I didn't expect to see twice, but here it is. There are multiple Diapollon fans, and they came together. Eva01 and Kotetsu Jig. White Glint from Armored Core, and our first Leisner, SPT Leisner. That's another classic real robot. With the VMAX, that ability to, you know, kind of the install to go at incredible speeds. And then Cybuster from Super Robot Wars comes back too. Type 00 Takemikazuchi from Muvlove Alternative. Muramasa. What's Muramasa again? Lonely Way. Wait, what's Muramasa again? Oh, is it the samurai we talked about earlier? It's gotta be. My team did not add it, so it Which girl gets in? I honestly have no idea. I do think the designs look cool, you know, like I've seen them. I've seen the figures too, the model kits. Mavlov Alternative has really cool robots, but I would say that's the limit of my knowledge about it. Then Gurren Lagann comes back. Gundam G-Quacks, which just recently finished. So when this person wrote this in, because this is, you know, like maybe 2-3 months ago, when they wrote this in, they didn't know what the robot was gonna do. Anime wasn't out yet. Maybe they saw the movie, but even then, that doesn't show a lot. Big O and an Algheim. We got Lanos from Assault Suits Lanos, a classic video game. God Gundam, Scope Dog, Deimos comes back, Ingram comes back, but Raideen, I think this is the first appearance, right? Yusha Raideen. Yeah, Lanos, the classic game. Al Tyson. See, you're Al Tyson. It's right there just for you. Madzen Kaiser Skull. And Tekkaman Blade. The G stands for Getter. It's not Gundam Quacks, it's Getter Quacks. Gurren Lagann. Tauburn. What's a Tauburn? Toburn? This is gonna be like a Warhammer thing? Maybe I'm wrong. Help me out, chat. What's a Tallburn? Star Driver. Okay. Okay, the team has found. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Thank you, team. It's a mecha anime. I would hope so. I would hope what we see here are mecha anime. And then Eva Unit 1. Gao Gaigar, Demon Bane, Gurren Lagann. A lot of these types of combos. Now here's a new one, Tall Geese Mark II. You know, just write... I mean, you can just write Tall Geese, guys. I feel like separating any marks of the Tall Geese is kind of like... you know. Giga Giant! Giga Giant! Oh, Giga Giant. Giga Giant is from Iron Saga. And it is based on the CEO of Game Duchy. Think about it. Both Mega Giant and Giga Giant are the CEO's robots. We got Go Lion, aka Voltron. Though when you spell it in the Japanese way, you know it's the OG. Because I don't think they called it Go Lion in the translation. We got God Gundam, Grandizer, and Gao Gaigar. Cybuster. Here's a new one too, Nervash Type 0, our first Eureka 7 robot. And then another less frequently seen Mazinger robot, Mazin Emperor G, which is somehow different from Great Mazinger. That's just the way things are. People would love Giga Giant. It's a good suit. It's a good design. I mean, the team at Game Duchy, you know, like the artists, we have so many really talented mecha designers. Both in-house and that have collaborated with us. Echo Vasago. Another Vasago, huh? Gao Gaigar and Shin Getter Dragon. You can see how excited this person is, all caps. Ava Unit 1, Barbados Lupus Rex, but also Yaldabaoth from Super Robot Wars. Now, people who played that game, they always talk about this robot, this like martial arts god type robot. It's a pretty impressive unit. Bad the Soul Guy, is that your vote? It's possible. Our mod, Bad the Soul Guy, has Yaldabaoth's pilot as his profile picture. Gunbuster, Gurren Lagann, and Dinoxenon. I was surprised how much Dinoxenon showed up, but that's good, you know. That means the more recent mecha animes also got a lot of love. Genesic Gao Gaigar, Gurren Lagann, Gunbuster, Gurren Lagann, Elgheim, Double O Razor. Should we separate Double O Razor from Double O Gundam? What do you say, chat? Razor would be an arsenal. Yeah, okay. Chat has spoken. Gundams are all the same. No, bad. They're not. But, different backpack. That's arsenal. Same Gundam. Burning God Gundam. Gundam Heavy Arms. That's our first for wing for Heavy Arms. There's been other wing units, but not that one. And then Dai Jengar. Ooh, Dragonar! Look at that! The first Dragonar to show up. Dragonar Unit 1. That one has I like the OP song, you know? It's a beautiful love song. Which is what half of the robot anime opening songs are, right? Half of them are like very obvious, we are the hero who will save the world, but the other half, it's love songs. It's a sad lady singing about love. Ingram, Gurren Lagann. Yeah, Dragonar is a fun unit. Fun characters too. God Gundam, Gao Gaigar, Dan of Thursday. All our classics are here. Really curious to see how much it'll add up. Gurren Lagann and Gurren Lagann series. Thanks for the... And our first King Kitan from Gurren Lagann. The only other Gurren Lagann mech we saw so far was the Rasengan. Now we got King Kitan. And because we didn't see enough Getter Robos so far, Getter 1 Devolution from Getter Robo Devolution, which I think is a manga, but it did show up in some of the Super Robot games. Mazinger Zero and Genesic Gao Gaigar. This person wants the upgraded versions. Yeah, Steel Haze Ortis should be lumped in with Steel Haze. We got Gao Gaigar, Steel Haze Ortis, and Jehuti. Jehuti from Zone of the Enders. Now in this survey you don't see it that much, but there might be an event where people have asked for it quite a bit. Next up we got Gridman. This person only wanted Gridman too. Zone of the Enders mentioned. And we got Getter Robo Arc, Getter Dragon, that's Getter Robo G, and Zaku 2. Got Gridman fans in the chat. And we got Barbados Lupus Rex, and Burning Gundam. But here's a new one. This person put in 2 Gundams and Hukabine 3, which I think is Hukabine Mark 3? Or is it just 3 like that? Or the 3rd unit? There's a lot of Hukabines. Or is it supposed to be Hukabine 30? You skipped. You're right. Thank you. I skipped 169. Yeah, I see it. I see it. The boys' side, though. We got Godanar. We got Might Gain. The first appearance of Might Gain, the Train Brave. Our second Brave after Gao Gaigar, but the Train one. And we got Tetsujin 28 FX. So Tetsujin 28, also known as Gigantor. But FX is one of the newer ones. Those remakes, rebooted. Alright, so this one I just did a little too early. And we got Genetic Gao Gaigar, Valimar from the... That was a Trails mech. X-Kaiser fans. Was X-Kaiser the first Brave? The first Brave anime? And Altais and Reese. Sorry for Germans. I don't know how to pronounce that proper. But, Reese. But yeah, just put him with Altaisen. That's close enough. I've seen that Gurren Lagann is in the mobile game, so I'm looking forward to play it in the fighting game. Yeah, fair. Dante or Virgil, the mecha versions from the mobile Iron Saga. We'll only count Dante for this one. And we got Eva01. Would love to see a brand new collab character. Understandable. We want to see new robots too. Look at that. We're up to 165 robots. Gundam 00 Quanta Full Saber. Put it with 00. Got Unicorn Gundam 03 Phoenix from Narrative. We didn't even get Unicorn first. They added it second. Gundam Unicorn. But it is the first time anyone mentions it. This person only wants Eva Unit 1. Here it is. Then we have Jehudi. Coming back, more Zone of the Enders love. Lancelot from Code Geass. And the Eva Unit 1. Again. Gao Gaigar. Metal Beast Dragon, which is the second time we get someone asking for this specific one, rather surprisingly. In Mazinger Zero. Yeah, that one was in our mobile game, so of course. Gao Gaigar, which, by the way, also in the mobile game. Leviathan and Onikiri, which are Iron Saga originals. Leviathan's first mention, I believe. Then we got Shining Gundam, Godanar, and Gao Gaigar. So, yeah, these... We've had a few requests for some of these. Gunbuster, Gundam Death Scythe, already had at least one. And Gurren Lagann. ICX, which, yeah, that one in the mobile game also got requests. Gao Gaigar, the mech, Genetic Gao Gaigar. I think we already combined these two, so we'll count it as just one. Get a Robo Arc, Bravern, Gao Gaigar, and then here of all of them, our first Transformer to show up, Starscream. Look at that. People want Starscream. And then Zaku 2. They love Starscream. You love Starscream. It's proof is right here. Starscream. Look at it. It's there. Then we got Gridman and Grid Knight. This person just loved Gridman. Are you saying Dankuga is similar with Starscream? Gotta be honest, I don't see it. And we got, yeah, Gridman, Grid Knight, and Gao Gaigar. Final Gao Gaigar. That's just another Gao Gaigar, isn't it? Oh, the face? Yeah, I guess I can... I don't know. There's a lot of robots with, like, that humanized metal face. Al Tyson and Super Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. I say, again, Gurren Lagann. We all lump them in. Genetic Gao Gaigar. And then here's a new Macross unit. YF-29 Durandal from Macross F, Macross Frontier. Gunbuster. Gurren Lagann from Gurren Lagann. Now there's one that I have no idea what this is, but that's a pretty fun appearance. Supreme from Sonic Frontiers. Didn't know there was a giant robot in Sonic, but I guess it makes sense. I mean, I guess I knew, but like the old ones from the old games. And Gundam Ariel shows up. Pacific Rim, so that's Gypsy Danger, right? That's the one. That's one we had earlier. Got Gunbuster, Scope Dog, Elgaim Mark II. Got Gurren Lagann again. Then we got Aquarion come back. Virgil or Dante. Well, we only count the first one, right? Virgil. And then Asmodeus from Iron Saga. Oh shit, here it is. The other mecha fighting game I play, Cyberbots. Here's Blodia. Blodia makes its appearance. This person's favorite too. Then Big O. And the OG VF-1S Valkyrie from Macross. Big O again. Now, I don't know if I should count Lagann and Gurren as separate units. I think this is just one vote for Gurren Lagann. Did you write that one in, Most? No, I did not write in. Part of it is I also would not choose Big O and Valkyrie. I like those robots, but they're not my guys. My number ones. Yeah, it's just one vote for Gurren Lagann. But a second person immediately did the same. Many Gurren Lagann fans abound. And we got God Gundam, Crossbone Gundam X1 and Zeta, so we got the Gundam fan. Who are my guys? You know, stick around till the end and I'll talk about my guys. For now, let's let the community have their moment. We got Wing Gundam and some rarer picks right here. Daltanius, which wasn't a Super Robot Wars game though, and Albegus, which I think someone had requested, and I was not familiar with this one. But I was familiar with Daltanius because of Super Robot Wars. Albigos is some cool arsenal potential. It has a lot of different different weaponry. We got Dragon Zord, aka Dragon Caesar from Power Rangers, True Danger. We got Liger Zero from Zoids. Is this our first Zoids? I think so, right? And then we got G Gundam Mech. I think the guys probably just put that as God Gundam. Oh, the 3 units combined, so it's more like a Getter Robo thing. Eva Unit 1, and then Gawain from Code Geass, and you. Is the total gonna be posted? Yeah, I can arrange that for everybody. At the end. Then we got El Gaim, Getter Arc, Leisner, God Gundam, and then here's its first appearance, Master Gundam, the other one from G Gundam, which was also in a fighting game multiple times. And then Gurren Lagann, Gridman or Dyna Xenon. First one on the list is Gridman. Gurren Lagann, Evangelion, so that's Eva Unit 1, of course. Gurren Lagann. How many Gurren Lagann are we at now? A little curiosity. Let's see here. 59 so far out of 202 or 3. Well, times 3, but you know. Barbados, Big O, SRX, Daijengar, and White Glint. Yeah, we're starting to have done almost all of the requests, but I know someone's gonna surprise us sooner than later. Combattler V, Gao Gaigar, and the Hukabine 30 from Super Robot Wars 30 again. Gridman, Gurren Lagann, and the Lancelot. See, again, I feel like when someone writes it like that, and they didn't put in other Iron Saga original, it's gotta be the Code Geass one, right? F? I guess something didn't go through for this one. Too bad, it's their first pick, too. Then there's Leisner and Tobikage. Gypsy Danger and Ikaruga with a middle one that's empty. Fafnir, Mark Alice? Aes? From Fafnir, Dead Aggressor. Luxon next from Buddy Complex. And Type 00 Takemita's Chi from Mavlev Alternative. Eva 01. Now we got a little bit of a funny pick showing up. We got Robot Kantam from Crayon Shin-chan. A silly children's show that's, you know, an anime that's very popular around Asia. Megazord, our Daijujin from Power Rangers. Fire Dagwan, which is not the first time it shows up. Now, Kizuna Kaiser, that one I'm not familiar with. There's our another surprise. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. Oh yeah, that show had a lot of that show had a lot of different guest characters too, right? A lot of what's the word? Cameos. And finally, a second Voltus 5. And we got SRX, And now here's a new pair of Super Robot Wars originals. We got Iron Saga and Soul Gain. Iron Saga with the cape and the sword. Soul Gain, the martial arts robot that also has rocket punches. And we got Ausen Saiter Trombi from Super Robot Wars series. That's Dai Jengar's best friend. That also turns into a horse, as some people are known to do. We got Gunbuster and Arbalest. I can see Soul Gain in a fighting game. You know, I can see 99% of these robots in a fighting game. I think everyone can kind of work pretty well here. And speaking of martial arts robots, here's Vaikung Fu again. Yeah, you'd have to put it in, Libby, right? Like, the Trombe song would have to just kind of show up. Yeah. No, I could see it. Well, it would have to, right? That's the entire purpose of it. So, Vaikung Fu, Gravion, Bravern, then Tekkaman Blade, Lion Barrel, and G-compatible Kaiser from Super Robot Wars. There it is. A lot of Super Robot Wars originals. We got Eva Unit 1, Gao Gaigar the Big O. Now this is more of a very classic pick. Gurren Lagann, Mazinger Zero, Gao Gaigar. This person maybe played our mobile game. Gao Gaigar, Mazin Emperor G, and Asmodeus. Definitely played our mobile game. What would be hype about Vaikung Fu is the entrance, you know, like having Rom just be like, "You don't deserve to know my name." It'd be kind of a nice moment. Where were we? Now we're here. And we got Dangayo, Gao Gaigar, Grandizer, Giant Robo, Escaflowne, Heavy Arms, Gundam. Now what do we got over here? Raft Clans. Is that from Super Robot Wars D, I think? Damon Bane in Genesic, Gao Gaigar. Weltal from Xenogears comes back. And then the VF1 Valkyrie as well. Hey, here he is! Optimus Prime! There's your other Transformer. Somewhat surprising that Optimus Prime would show up after Starscream, but, you know, sometimes that's just the way things go. It's the artillery one. Oh, okay. I thought it was the... I got it confused with the SR. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. I got it confused with the one from D that you have to unlock by beating the game. I forgot what that one's name is then. Gurren Lagann, Gridman, Gao Gaigar. Oh, J. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, J, not D. Mazinger Zero and Mazin Emperor G. This person has Mazin in their heart. Okay, so it is the one you unlock, Raft Clans. It's the one you unlock from J. If you beat the game, you get it as like a fourth original pick. Then Ideon as well. We got the Big O. Got God Gundam, Gunbuster, Eva Unit 1, Onikiri, one of our originals, the one with the big arm, Gurren Lagann, and Rasengan. Got Brunhilde, which I think is, wait. Is it our original? There might be another one. What's a Brunhilde again? It's one of ours? It's one of ours. Gundam Barbados, and then the Jun series? What's the Jun series? That's gotta be one of ours too. That's a Chinese name. Next up, Bravern, Gurren and something I do not know at all again, Bakuryu Gattai Abaren O. Oh, Rangrith. You mixed up Rangrith with Raft Clans. Yeah, that's, you know, understandable mistake to make. You had me believing it. Barbados. Vidar. Are you sure? No, I think this person doesn't mean... Oh, this one would be the Barbados from Iron Saga. But this one's got to be the Barbados from Gundam, because they put Vidar and Zaku. Right? These are... You're right, this is Barbados from Iron Saga. But this line... That's got to be... Did you guys find out what a Bakuryu Gattai Abareno Aba Ranger? I guess that's a pun. Because Abaren is like going wild. Yeah, Gundam Vidar from Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. Oh, you thought we could only choose Iron Saga units? I mean, they're good choices. And Zaku, which, you know, Zaku 2, right? I don't know enough, but if there are any water or ice-based mechs, I'd love them. I don't think I can help this person, but I appreciate the, you know, the good mood. Jen Qinglong. I see. They put Jen Baihu on the list, so, you know, we'll take that. We do have a lot of robots in our mobile game. So we got the Big O, and here's the first appearance of Dygard, the one where it's just their little day job to be a defense company, a private. It's very Japan work culture anime, but it's kind of cute. Doesn't have a rocket punch, but throws his arm. That's a classic. And Gao Gaigar again. Ooh, here's Bryger. Bryger from Galactic Hurricane. Galactic? Wait, which one is it? Ginga Senpu. Is it? Yeah, Cyclone. Galactic Cyclone Bryger. That's a classic. We got Tekken Blaine and Hyukabine. Yeah, this person played some old Super Robot Wars. Yeah, it's a really good opening theme, Bryger. It's a fun show all around. We got Gao Gaigar, Gurren Lagann, Kotetsu Shinjig, which you can probably lump with Kotetsu. Probably. They're technically different. I will let the team decide. Yeah, Bryger being Lupin with a robot, I can definitely see that. Got Gaigar, Weltall. People like Weltall. In Gurren Lagann. Shinji is not the same. Well, I'm afraid I'm letting my team decide, so you'll have to see if you can convince them. Abba Ranger. Like a Power Ranger mech. Yeah, that makes sense. I think Abba Ranger, yeah, they put it. Combattler V. VF1 Valkyrie. Gao Gaigar. Gurren Lagann. Gao Gaigar again. And Gunbuster. This person, Daijengar only. They want the big sword. That form is no longer active. We'll make a new one probably in the future. I'll recommend the team to make another. Tekkaman Blade, Aquarion, and Tekkaman Evil. Interesting. That's new, right? Tekkaman Evil. Did you put Tekkaman Evil in? There is a Discord, yeah. Yeah, I'll post the link for you. Here's my invites list. There you go. Alright, Gurren and Goraiga are Obari Design Mech. And Gao Gaigar. A lot of G's, as you said earlier, right? Gundam Epion from Gundam Wing. That's a classic. But again, Gundam Wing, you know, that's the one where people ask for the most variety of suits. The best robots have G in the name. Getter Robo G. Gao Gaigar, you know, all those with repeating G's. Curious how big the total response is? We're about 2/3 of the way through. Demon Bane, Jay Decker, from Brave Police, Jay Decker, so new Brave. Also the Pale Rider from Gundam Missing Link. That's quite a niche pick. 2 hours of stream. Yeah, it's, you know, yeah. I'll try to finish a bit to let my team go on with their days, but I also have to not go too fast so that they have time to enter things in, right? It's a cool mobile suit, yeah. Gao Gaigar, Mazinger Zero, Daitarn 3, Getter Arc, God Gundam Gunbuster. Oh yeah, it's tallying up these, you know, like God Gundam, Gunbuster, Gao Gaigar. Those three, they're gonna have some big numbers. Gao Gaigar, Big O, Scope Dog. Yes, Spurbot Wars 30, really good on Jay Decker, huh? Mechanized Earth Guard Attack System Extra Large Robot, AK Megas XLR, the American Special. Then we got Type B Rib from Zero Ranger, and Type C Decker also from Zero Ranger. This person, they know what they like. Jehudi and Anubis. This time Anubis finally shows up for the double Zone of the Enders representation. Then we got Eyal da Bayoth doing its comeback. Gurren Lagann, Gundam Aerial, Magus XLR, Demon Bane, Thor from Iron Saga, Magus XLR. They love giant robots. Oh, look at this right here. The Gunleon from Super Robot Wars Z. Fafnir Mark Nicht. And Bravern! We already have Bravern, guys. We have a bunch of them. Don't need a second Bravern. G Gundam, so God Gundam, I guess. Metal Gear Ray. That's a fun pick, Metal Gear. and a kaiju. Huh? Like Godzilla? Boys, just write in Godzilla. I don't... That's the kaiju, right? Just put in Godzilla. That's Godzilla. It's been a... Godzilla was in a Super Robot Wars game, right? Yeah, for sure. Don't look at my PFP. Guy with a Godzilla picture. Definitely. Gurren Lagann, Gao Gaigar, Gunbuster, the big G's. The big G's. Gurren Lagann, again. Gridman, Gundam Aerial, more G's. Now there's a new one again. Red Baron. Which I think was Tokusatsu only, right? Did it have an anime too? Like Giant Robo? It had an anime. Okay, cool. Both anime and live action. Also got Kotetsujig, God Gundam, Gurren Lagann, Cross Ange. I think we only have one Cross Ange mecha in the list, so just add to that one. Or is there a Cross Ange mecha called Cross Ange? I don't actually know. Up next we got Gunbuster. Cross Ange means the Vilcus. Well, there you have it. Gunbuster, Fire J. Decker. Another J. Decker here. You can just add it to J. Decker. But High New Gundam, I guess, is separate enough. So, yeah. They mean Vilcus. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I get it. Thank you, chat. Then we got Grandizer, got Big O, got Gurren Lagann. Very classic pick, classic set. Got Gurren Lagann, Tekkaman Blade, and New Gundam. So we both have New and High New, or did you got? I think they mixed them together. If it's got New Gundam in the name. Next up, Gurren Lagann. Anything from Armored Core? You know, Team's Choice. Is it Nightfall? Is it, Steel Haze? Is it White Glint? Yeah, whichever my team decides. And we got Anubis from Zone of the Enders. Coming back for a second time. Same for Deerstalker, I think it's just the second time for it. Then we got the Foxhound EX, which might remind you of Metal Gear, but it's actually an Iron Saga original, is what I'm understanding. And then the Gunbuster comes back, of course. Gurren Lagann, Eva Unit 1, and here's another little new thing, Strelitzia. You know, everyone knows about the Strelitzia, which is from... I'm about to say it. Darling in the Franxx. There we go. Thank you. There we have it. The first Darling in the Franxx mention. Rather surprising. Then we got a Japanese entry, but most people can guess because of the 28. Tetsujin 28, go. Actually, this Might be Chinese, because I feel like the go is usually spelled differently in Japanese. But yes, that is definitely Tetsujin 28 Go. And we got Grandizer, Raideen coming back, and we got Scavenger from Ultraman. Huh. Interesting. Valimar. Here's another new one. Regin Lay's Julia. Julia's upgraded suit at the end of Iron-Blooded Orphans. Now we got Delphine from Break Blade. Okay, okay. More Gurren Lagann. Optimus Prime. Hey, more Transformers love. Eva Unit 1. And Gao Gaigar. Gundam Ariel. And Gun Leon. Gun Leon. More G's. Always more G's. And there's a pretty specific pick from Super Robot Wars. The Altair Lion. Which was in the OG games. Never been a main character, but was a pretty powerful suit. We got Disney from Diebuster and Gao Gaigar. Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder, which appears to be a card from Yu-Gi-Oh! I kind of like it. I kind of like that kind of like going to get a robot from something you wouldn't expect. Tekkaman Blade, Zaku 2. This is Stranagan, eh? Got Weltal and Muramasa, 3rd generation Seishu Sengo Uemon no Jo Muramasa. Fancy. Gao Gaigar. Hey, you wanted a X-Geyser pick. Here it is. Great X-Geyser, which is the upgraded X-Geyser. So we're just going to ride X-Geyser. And same for Power Dagwan. We already have a Dagwan. You want Digimon too? Yeah, that makes sense. There's some giant robot looking Digimon. We got Shenlong Gundam. I think we have the almost all of the wings. I think the only one we don't have is Sandrock. And then Gespenst, one of the earliest Super Robot Wars originals. And Bai Chi from Motor Nuclear. I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, Sandrock is missing. God Genrai is a type of Optimus. There was no Tequila Gundam picks. It's a figure. God Genrai is a figure only. It's not been in anything. Well, if you guys are saying it's Optimus, then it's Optimus. And Gao Gaigar and Megas. Oh, here's the first 9-ball. 9-ball Seraph. Gurren Lagann again, and what the heck is this? US 0220, your Urban ST. Do we already have it? This Urban ST thing, we already have it? As the list goes on. Got Goof Custom, which they've put in as Goof. All types of Goof are Goof. Sazabi coming back. Lagan, which, you know, that's Gurren Lagann. Thor from Iron Saga. What did I skip? Oh, Demon Bane, Valimar, and Line Barrel, didn't I? Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you, Rush. So yeah, Lagan, Thor, Gao Gaigar. We got Gao Gaigar, Blade Liger, which I think they're just putting in as Liger. And the big O. A Voltus mention. It's come up a few times. Not a lot, but a few times. More of our classics. God Gundam, Gridman, Big O. We got Umar from Iron Saga. Oh, so the US-0220 is from Xenoblade Chronicles. Thank you. It appears to be an Iron Saga mech. I would have to say, I don't know which one. We have so many in the mobile game. We have a ton of cool robots. With the EVA Unit 1. Whoa. Calm down, Google Sheets. Bravern, Voltus 5, as you said, Voltus 5 mentioned. Escaflowne. Got Giant Robo coming back. EVA Unit 1. And Gundam. Gurren Lagann, Gao Gaigar, Tetsujin 28. Tetsujin 28 is, after all, the first Giant Robot anime. Mazinger Z is the first super robot, but Tetsujin 28 is the first giant one, you know? We got Gao Gaigar, Golion, aka Voltron, Grendizer, Gao Gaigar, Combattler V, Zambot 3. We had it a bit earlier, I think, right? Zambot? Maybe. Maybe. Gurren Lagann, Gunbuster, God Gundam. Oh, Zambot 3 was the first one. Okay, okay. Altaisen. A lot of Altaisen love, too. Dragonar 1, Gurren Lagann. G Gundam, specifically the Birding Gundam, so that's God Gundam right there, yeah. And Gao Gaigar, and then the Ingram. And we got Dante from Iron Saga, Virgil from Iron Saga, some of our originals. Dante, by the way, is the mech with the sword in its chest. It looks kind of pretty neat. And then we also got Gunbuster coming back. Gurren Lagann, Gridman, and Star Gao Gaigar, which I think they've put with Gao Gaigar. Now here's the one that hadn't shown up yet. King Geiner. From Metal Overman King Geiner, something like that. And Megas. People do love that car head. Then we got Sled Geramir, the counterpart to Daijengar, which technically showed up much before. It's a mutated Grungust. Oh, Gainer. Sorry, not Geiner. Okay, Gainer. Yeah, Sled Geramir is a mutated Grungust Type 3, which showed up much before the Grungust Type 3. But of course, they want both of them. Sled Geramir and Daijengar. It's true, it's true. I've heard the song, but it's been a long time. Got Master Gundam from G Gundam. Eva 2, even though it doesn't really count as mech, don't worry about it. Person who wrote in Eva 2, a lot of people wrote in Eva. People see it as mechs. Oh, yeah, no, Threadgilmir is... Yeah, no, it's, when it does the roar thing, you know, and it swings the sword. What a... Alpha Gaiden had such good animation. Some of them still unbeaten. And then we got more Viking Fu love. Got Gurren Lagann, and here's... Now, you know earlier I said, to be respectful towards other people's pick. And let me be clear, I love Godmar's The Robot. The anime is a bit of a difficult watch, is how I'll say it. But whenever it shows up in a game as a guest character, you know, I'm hype about it. It's got a good theme song. It's got a cool design. It's got interesting weaponry. Let's go, Godmars. Here's a really interesting pick, too. Ray Mark III from Custom Robo, Nintendo's robot fighting franchise. Hey, Nintendo, you forgot about your robots? What's going on, Nintendo? Huh? What happened? What happened to Custom Robo, Nintendo? Just forgot about it. Huh? Just want to make more Marios? Hi. Steel Haze makes another comeback. More Eva. See, the person who said Eva doesn't count as a mecha? No. People believe in it. People believe in it. OG Gundam. Voltus 5. Combattler V. God Gundam 2. What? That's just God... What? Huh? What's going on over here? It's just God Gundam. Gal Gaigar, Bravern. Gurren Lagann, Mobile Fighter G Gundam. That's just God Gundam. Big O. A new God Gundam in a novel. I don't remember them ever putting it in a game, though. A recent novel. Oh, okay, that's why it hasn't shown up yet. Because I feel like the mecha fans would get hyped for an upgrade if it looks good, you know? God, is it just called God Gundam 2, though? I feel like they could have done better with the name. Oh well. Yeah, that's fair. And Dangayo, Optimus Prime, Voltron, Eva, Tekkaman Blade, Bat Samurai. That's one of ours. Well, it's in our mobile game. It's from something else, but that's one of ours. Gurren Lagann. Oh boy, Rizel Commander type from Gundam Unicorn. That's a specific suit choice. Not even Gundam Unicorn from Gundam Unicorn. They want the Rizel Commander type. Star Saber from Transformers Victory. Which I believe is a Japan-only Transformers, right? And we got Earth Engine from Captain Earth. And then a handful of Super Robot Wars originals come back. Altaisen, Yaldabaoth, Visaga, King Arthur from Iron Saga, Naraku from Iron Saga, Dante from Iron Saga. We got a lot of mechs, I said it. Both King Arthur and Naraku are new to the list, pushing us even more robots. We're at 235, I think, right now. It's 2 less than the number of lines. Star Saber is the missing link between Transformers and Brave. Yeah, that makes sense. Altaisen, God Gundam, Koryu Ryuko. But you can see this one, this person prefers Koryu, because it's usually the second form, but they put it first. Evo Unit 2, Evo Unit 1. Well, they're different units. That's fine. That's 2 votes. 2 different votes. And Gundam Aerial. Gao Gaigar, Pat Labor, Patrol Labor, which I guess would be the Ingram. That's the most, you know, generic, identifiable suit from that. Then we got Giant Robo. Technically, you know, like, Giant Robo is in between piloted and not, because it's like Tetsujin. Well, like, it obeys the little kid, but the little kid can't go inside. We got a bunch more Iron Saga originals. Belial, Deerstalker, and Riot Police, which I believe is ours that is kind of inspired by the Pat Labor looking ones. Voltus 5, Gundam Double O, Daijengar, Gao Gaigar, Braven, Blodia. Let's go, Cyberbots. OG Gundam, VF1S Valkyrie. This one prefers a Roy, Fokker version, and Voltus 5. Al Tyson, whichever one, Daijengar, whichever spelling, and Yalda Baoth. Now here's some new Macross picks. We got the VF1, the VF11 Max L Thunderbolt Custom, which is the one that doesn't fight, the one that only sings. Its gun shoots speakers that go into your robot and make you hear his music. What a show. And we got the VB6 Konig Monster, which I think just means Monster King, which is a name I can get behind. And we got Gurren Lagann. It's been a minute since a Gurren Lagann. Well, not a very long minute. Daiju Jin, of course. Dino Megazord. That's not the Fire Valkyrie? Which one's the Thunderbolt Custom then? Whose is it? Huh. It's been too long. Is it the battle ones they start with before they replace them with the diamonds? Or the opposite? Anyways, Daijujin, Megas Optimus, Dinozenon, Jehudi, Gunbuster Bravern, a lot of our classic and new robots, Jukue from Iron Saga, and the list goes on. Tekkaman Blade, Huanglong from Iron Saga, Shamash Law Creator, Artemis Yu. I don't know which one that is. Oh, it's the Grunts. Huh. That's a specific choice. Artemis Yu. And Huanglong guy, I guess that's just another Huanglong. It's an Iron Saga OG. Okay. Someone said Gao Gaigar of Voltron. You just came in, didn't you? There's been a ton of Gao Gaigar. A lot of Dan of Thursdays. Not nearly as much as Gao Gaigar. I would say Voltron and Dan of Thursday, both about the same amount. We'll tally it up a bit later. But Gao Gaigar, you see it quite a bit. We're approaching the end, because I think it was about 370 responses. Weltal from Xenogears, Beast King, Go Lion. It's It's actually the 100 Beast King, isn't it? 100 Beast King Golion. That's Voltron. Speaking of Voltron, that's the Japanese name. Master Gundam. Gundam Barbados. Gridman. Yeah, Voltron and Golion. That's what I'm saying. Golion and Voltron. There's the same. We're lumping them together. Gundam Rose. Interesting pick. A G Gundam character that's not Shining, God, or Master. Gundam Rose. Oh, it's less than 370. We're almost done. Gunbuster. Gurren Lagann. Eva Unit 1. Gao Gaigar. Deimos. And Dunbine. Eva Unit 1. Reptos or Blodia? From Cyberbots. Is this someone I know? Is this a Reptos player putting this in? And then Gurren Lagann. Then we got Getter Robo Go, but importantly, manga version. Gunbuster, Gao Gaigar. Gao Gaigar, Eva Unit 1, Lancelot Code Geass. Kotetsuji, Gao Gaigar, Razefon. That's new. That's our first Razefon, isn't it? Or did we have one earlier? Yeah, it is our first one. And then Agares, Barbados from Iron Saga, and Astaroth. Did we also already have Agares in our list? The other ones we did. Yeah, we did. Okay, it's right here. Look, it's unless you guys just did it earlier. But this one was someone's favorite. I mean, I can also control F in my own. Ew, what's that? I don't want to paste the Discord link. No, it'd be the only one, so you guys just put it in early? Well, whatever. I trust the process. So that was the 342 responses we got. Yes, I told you earlier, one and only, we will post the totals later. Just gonna check with my team if they're done writing, because I'll, Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's just a reordering thing. No problem. Alright, just checking with my team if they're done writing, and then I'll reorder them a little bit so we can get an idea of the popularity of each right now. Not this one. Sorry about that. Just a little issue with the changing of the scene. Don't worry, I'm back. All right, so reordered in the right order by popularity. In number 1 with 88 votes, Gurren Lagann. In number 2 with 77. And look at the gap afterwards. Gao Gaigar. People want to see Gao Gaigar. And then, in third, huge gap already, with 30 Gunbuster. Right behind it at 29, Eva Unit 1. And right behind that at 28, God Gundam. Little below it, we got the Big O. 21 votes. Gridman. 15 votes. Then, 14, we got the OG Gundam. The original Gundam. Not G Gundam. Bravern at 11, along with Tegaman Blade. Grendizer at 10. And then it starts getting a little more, but you know, like Grendizer, Demon Bane. We got quite a few that come back a lot, but it's interesting to see, you know, like God Gundam way above the original Gundam, right? With literally twice the amount of votes. And then it's a while before our next Gundam, which is Barbados at 9. Ariel at 8. And that's what I was saying about Gundam Wing, the vote being diluted, where it's like, you know, if you add up how many Gundam Wing there is, like if I was to order it alphabetically by series, you know, there's quite a few Gundam Wing picks total. It would be like 10, you know? 10 votes for the series, but they're all divided in different units. So, yeah. You gotta vote strategically sometimes if you want it to get to the top. Earlier you asked me which one would be my picks. Well, first of all, I'm a Dankuga guy. I'm already kind of satisfied with it in the game. That said, there's a big spot in my heart for Gunleon. Gunleon was, in my personal opinion, the hypest Super Robot Wars original. That one was so much fun. What do I think about Ultimate Dankuga? Both in terms of design and its attacks, I don't like it as much as the old one. I do think it's kind of baller that it's a fusion of Dankuga and another mech, though. They made a new mech that it combines with, and Dankuga is already combined with, you know, like it's 4 mechs or 5 if you have the wings combining, and now they just put another robot for it to combine with. So that part is cool on paper, but the design, I don't like it quite as much. It's still a cool robot. It's just Dankuga's the one in my heart, you know. It does need to have a type of wings for it to look really good, and it has had quite a variety of wings, you know, because you have the initial wings it gets in the anime, and then in God Bless, it has different looking wings, and then we have Final Dankuga, which is the one in Iron Saga Versus, which is with the black wing. Yes. Oh yeah. And I mean, yeah, but like Dankuko Gaken is such a cool move, and for some reason, Ultimate doesn't get something like it. what else would be a top tier most pick besides Gunleon? Bryger. I do have a soft spot for Bryger. That's also one. I think only one person voted for it. But it's definitely a robot I like quite a bit. For Iron Saga Originals, my boy Asura needs to make it in. Well, you know, that's just my personal opinion and doesn't necessarily reflect the rest of the company. But it's such a cool machine. It does have a bit of shared design space with Susano. They both have like the long white hair. Still hella cool though. I guess that would be like that in Goraiga, the other Obari design mech. You know, I'm a Dankuga guy. I like Obari design mechs. If I was to choose a Gundam, probably Barbados. Or some like really obscure, weird one. But in the ones people would know about, it's gotta be Barbados. I love God Gundam too, of course, but Big Hammer, you know. The large mace that also, for some reason, has a pile bunker in it. That's what mecha is about, you know. You have a big, cool weapon, and inside the weapon, there's also another big, cool weapon. I like that. I like that a lot. Looking through the list, seeing if another one would really speak out to me. Again, like, I like almost everything that's in this list. There's so many cool robots, and I know a lot of members of the team will share many of the excitement for these. First of all, a lot of these showed up in the Iron Saga mobile game, even those that aren't Iron Saga originals, right? Like Gaogaigars in Iron Saga, Gurren Lagans in Iron Saga. Gunbuster is now in Iron Saga. It was just added. So, you know, Tekkaman Blade as well. Pat Labor. Yeah, we have quite a bit more in the mobile game than we do in the fighting game. Because, of course, it takes a lot more development time for each character. It's also, while we technically have the license, we do need to make a separate agreement for it to be in the fighting game, right? No Ixer-Robo, no Orgus. You know, we do have 240... I removed 2 lines, so 246 robots. You know what? Dendo, I agree with that. Like, I am surprised by it, not only because it was kind of a cool classic mecha, but also because it kind of got the built-in arsenal system where it would fit really well in Iron Saga Versus. So yeah, Dendo is a bit more of a surprise. But hey, who knows? We're gonna have to stop this stream here because it's been running longer than I thought. We're at almost 3 hours now, but I'll schedule another one, a little extra stream for the community, where we will go through the much shorter Japanese survey, but these 2 boxes full of suggestions from the SakuraCon event and Combo Breaker. So yeah, we'll see if we can streamline the process. We're going to reuse the same sheet as well. And yeah, well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being there. But yeah, we'll try to get as many as possible. Hopefully, all in just one other stream because yeah, this took a bit longer than we wanted, and it's not only me, it's the guys helping me out this time, right? So I don't want to take too much into their schedules. So thank you everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I wish we could have made it move a little more, but getting the mecha pictures each time would have been a little extreme, but the discussion was a lot of fun. The back and forth with the robots and seeing what you guys like, what you wish was there, and everyone, especially at the start, would ask, "Hey, why didn't this one show up yet?" And then, of course, 40 entries later, it shows up. So that's always a lot of fun. So thank you very much for hanging out, and let's do this again very soon. I don't know when the second part will be scheduled because I didn't expect to do 2 parts. We will have another stream though Friday at 9 p.m. which will be a bit more chill since that is when my contract ends. I'll post it at the end of the second part, the sheet, when it's complete, because this one is only one of them. Once the sheet is complete, I'll post all of it. But yeah, Friday, July 11th is the last day of my contract. So I'll do like a little more Q&A stream, and I wanted to do my little personal tier list, because tier lists drive engagement. It's we only had one person, one major YouTuber do one, and it's Diaphone. He did it pretty early, and he didn't get to see the game that much at that point in time, right? It's still a very good video, and Diaphone is a much better player than I am, so his opinion is pretty important. But yes, Steven, I'll probably add it after the second part of the stream, like modify the description. But yeah, I'll make sure people can find it on both of them. But let me do the second part of the video first so that we have the final sheet where I can make one that's like everyone can look at. Alright, thank you again, everyone. Take care. I'll see you soon. I will both put on X and on the Discord the time for the next one once it's determined. And like I said, there will be a stream Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So right now it's 3 p.m., almost 3 p.m. Eastern. So for those who aren't in Eastern, you can do the math. Take care, everyone.